Thank you. Hello, welcome to California. My name is Teresa Tope, and I'm here representing Santa Rosa Junior College. And what I would like to do today is give you a broad overview of the system of higher education in the United States. And then I will start narrowing it down to community colleges, specifically community colleges within California. And then I'll give you some specific information about Santa Rosa Junior College. So welcome and thank you for joining me today. First, compulsory education, which is the required education in the United States, begins with kindergarten. Students usually start kindergarten at the age of 5, and then they continue on through 6th grade for a total of 7 years of elementary school. Then they go on to middle school, and they do typically 2 years at the middle school level before they go on to high school for a total of 4 years. So in the United States, the compulsory education is a total of 13 years. Students typically graduate from high school at the age of 18. After they complete high school, they have a few choices, right? They can go directly to a university to start their bachelor's degree, or they can go to work if they choose not to go on to university. Or there's this interim solution that's wonderful, and it's called community colleges. And from community colleges, students can go on to a university to finish their bachelor's degree. So they start their bachelor's degree at a community college and then go on to a university. Or they can go directly from a community college into the workforce. We do offer certificate programs, so those programs prepare students for work. Once students complete, a couple years of work, if they decide to go back to finish their university, that's fine. They can do that and carry on and get a bachelor's degree after they gain some work experience, or vice versa. So within the California public school system of higher education, there are basically 3 levels. The first one there you're probably familiar with is the University of California system. It's better known as the UC system, so you have probably heard of UC Berkeley, UCLA, or maybe some of the others as well. The second one is the California State University system, better known as the CSU system. The closest ones to us, to Santa Rosa, are San Francisco State University, Sacramento State University, and there are several others that I will talk about. And then the last one is the California Community College system. So Santa Rosa Junior College is a part of the California Community College system. So the UCs are spread out, as you can see, all over California. There are 10 campuses. They offer bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and a few doctoral degrees, not very many, primarily in education. And then the CSU system, the UC system offers many doctoral degrees. They are research institutions, so they offer a wide variety of doctoral degrees. It's the CSUs that only offer a few doctoral degrees, primarily in education. So you can see there the CSU system is a larger system. There are more campuses, again, spread out all over California. It is the largest university system in the United States, and again, offering bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and a few doctoral degrees. The California Community College system has 114 campuses. This is just in California. We serve about 2.6 million students, and our primary mission, especially for international students, is transfer. So we prepare students to transfer to universities to complete bachelor's degrees. As I mentioned before, we also offer some vocational certificates and some basic skills courses as well. So that includes ESL. The California Community College system is the largest system of higher education in the United States. So as I mentioned, we serve about 2.6 million students. It's a very common, very popular system that about 50% of Americans take advantage of and begin their bachelor's degrees there. let's see, about a third of community college students in the US attend a California community college. This is very important. California has the most community colleges of all of the states in the United States. Every state does have community colleges, but California has the most comprehensive system and the most choices as far as campus locations. About 29% of UC and 51% of CSU graduates started at a California community college. And almost half of the UC bachelor's degrees in STEM fields started at a California community college. So this is a slide that just represents a few people who attended community colleges. So you probably recognize some of them. As I mentioned, it's a very common system. I started my bachelor's degree at a community college, then went on to a university to complete it. After that, I received my master's degree as well as my teaching credential. So it doesn't slow you down at all, and it is a very popular option, a very popular pathway. So how it works is it's a 2+2 system. So you do 2 years of your university level work at a community college. You're taking the same courses that you would take at a university, but for a variety of reasons, it makes sense to start at a community college, do your general education requirements, and then transfer to a university to finish the last 2 years. So in the United States, as you may know, it's a liberal arts-based system. So everyone, regardless of where you begin your bachelor's degree, you need to take different course requirements within areas that include science, social studies, humanities, English, and math. So that is true no matter where you start. So why not start at a community college, have all of those courses transfer on to a university, and save some money along the way? We'll talk about that in detail. So this is our closest CSU partner, Sonoma State University, and we provide, the whole CSU system actually provides preference for transfer students from California community colleges. So it's a great way for you to start your bachelor's degree and then gain direct admission into a CSU of your choice, and get preference when you do transfer. So you can see the requirements down there. I won't go into great detail, but if you do choose to start at Santa Rosa Junior College, we will outline your pathway clearly for you so that you can successfully transfer to a CSU. UCs, it's very similar. So 6 of the 10 campuses do offer guaranteed transfer agreements for California community college students. They're called TAG agreements. And they also give early review of academic records to California community college transfer students who apply. So this is a way, if you want to go to a UC and maybe you've applied from high school and you were denied admission, start at a California community college, get those units out of the way, do really well, and we can help you transfer. If you meet the requirements for transfer, you're guaranteed admission to 6 of these campuses. The other campuses that don't have guaranteed admission for community college students do take our transfer students all the time, though. We have students transfer to UCLA and UC Berkeley. It's very common. One of those campuses is UC San Francisco, which is a medical school. So I'm not actually counting that in the 10. It's more 6 out of 9 campuses. Medical schools in the United States do not take students until after they have completed a bachelor's degree. So they don't take community college transfers. Okay, so I talked a lot about the UC and the CSU system, but that is not your only option. You can also transfer, if you want to a private university within California or even a university out of state. We help students transfer all over the United States, and these are just a few of the different places that our students have transferred to. But we will help you transfer anywhere you want to and are qualified to transfer to. So a little bit of specific information about Santa Rosa Junior College. First of all, it's a beautiful campus. It's located in Northern California, so it's surrounded by the Pacific Ocean, the Sierra Nevada mountains with the Napa Valley in between, and then San Francisco is a short distance from our campus to the south. It's about 1 hour by bus, and we're in a very safe, beautiful, quieter environment for you to study, and then you can hop on a bus and go to San Francisco on the weekends to enjoy a big city if that's what you want to do. So we are one of the oldest community colleges in the California community college system. So out of the 114 community colleges, we are the 10th oldest. We were founded in 1918. So more than 100 years of academic success and long history of educating our community as well as international students. Okay, so as I mentioned, we were established in 1918. So back in 1918, there were no community colleges north of San Francisco. And UC Berkeley and Stanford University wanted a community college to be built so that they could transfer students, so that the community college could transfer students to their universities. So that's the reason Santa Rosa Junior College was created, was founded, is primarily to transfer students to universities such as Stanford and UC Berkeley. So we borrowed a little bit of their history because it's part of our history. So our colors are red and blue because Stanford University is red and white, so we took the red. UC Berkeley's colors are blue and gold, so we took the blue from UC Berkeley. And our mascot is a bear cub because UC Berkeley is the bears. Our top transfer destinations right now are UC Berkeley, UC Davis, UCLA, Sonoma State University, and San Francisco State University. With the exception of UCLA, that's primarily because of the proximity to our campus. As I said, we're in a beautiful location. Students make friends, they find housing, they want to stay in the area because it's very nice. So they often transfer to these universities in our geographical area. But as I also mentioned, you can transfer anywhere that you choose to. We do have the highest acceptance rate into the UC system out of all of the large community colleges in California. So for our size, we have the highest acceptance rate. That's something we're proud of. More than 80% of students who apply to the UC system from Santa Rosa Junior College are accepted. We have the third highest acceptance rate to UC campuses of all the community colleges in California. So that includes the small, medium, large, and the very large California community colleges. Now, I mentioned that there are reasons why students choose community colleges over going directly to a university. Remember that you earn the same degree in the end, and the university degree, your bachelor's degree, has the university name on it. However, you will save some money if you start at a community college. Our tuition is considerably lower. So this is a comparison so you can get an idea of what the cost will be. So right now, for one academic year, our tuition is about $9,100. That's based on full-time tuition because as an international student, you will be required to take at least 12 units. So if you start at SRJC, Santa Rosa Junior College, you'll pay $9,100 per year. That's 2 semesters. And then if you transfer to a CSU, you'll see that you're paying at least $10,000 more in tuition per year than you would at the community college. So if you start at Santa Rosa Junior College, you'll pay about $56,000, a little over that for the 4 years. If you go directly to a CSU, you're going to pay about $20,000 more. So why do that, I guess, is my cost, right? Or my question to you. Why not save a little money when you get the same degree in the end? The UC system is more expensive than the CSU system. So you will be saving also a considerable amount of money if you start at a community college and transfer. So you can see you're saving, about 68,000, 6,000 over the course of the 4 years. Okay, so this is the annual cost that includes everything. So it's the tuition as well as your housing, your food, your books, transportation. We've tried to include everything. So this is the your bank statement for your I-20 will need to reflect $27,000. And I have a breakdown of what that means. So I told you about the tuition. These are the other expenses. We are in a beautiful, beautiful location. So that means our cost of living is a little bit higher. We're right in the heart of California's wine country. It's a fairly affluent area. So that's why the housing cost is a little bit higher. But you can save some money. There are ways that you can save money on housing with us, of course. So if you look at this 1-bedroom estimate, for example, of $1,500 per month, if you are willing to share with another student, you can save money, right? You would pay half of that. So your housing would be $750 if you wanted to live in a furnished apartment with another student. Same thing for a 2-bedroom. So if you shared with 3 other students, so 2 students in each bedroom, you would each be paying $500 per month, etc. So that's one way to save money, is to share with other students, of course. We have a homestay coordinator. That's another option. If you want to live with a family, it's a great option. And then you would have your own room. You're guaranteed your own room, and you will have a choice of whether or not meals will be included. We are in the process of building dormitories on our campus, and the dormitories should be completed by fall of 2022. These are pictures of the apartments. I work in the office that's right there. So the apartments that we currently use are basically on our campus, but we don't own them, right? The college doesn't own or manage them. Once we build dormitories, we will be managing those dormitories and helping you find a room and a roommate within the dormitory setting, if that's what you want. The other expenses there are related to books, supplies, miscellaneous costs, health insurance. We do have mandatory health insurance. All students at Santa Rosa Junior College receive free bus passes. So if you're living with a homestay family, for example, and you need to take a bus to school, you can do that for free. We also have a free food service on campus. So a lot of students take advantage of that. They can go there and get fresh fruits and vegetables, take them back to their apartment and prepare meals. Okay, so we're a large school with lots of different choices of programs. So we have over 100 majors and about 150 certificates that you can add on to a major. So some of the popular majors are business, computer science, digital media, engineering, all the STEM fields, behavioral sciences. And we also have some specialty programs because we have more than one campus. We also have some auxiliary locations. So we have a culinary arts school, which means that we can provide a great culinary arts and hospitality option to students. There are many majors within the culinary arts and hospitality programs. You can do restaurant management. We have certificates in things like baking and pastry. We also have a college farm. It's 365 acres, so it's enormous. It's huge. We have 5 majors that are related to the wine industry. And I know Turkey has a great wine region also. So maybe there would be some overlap there for some of you out there. Come and learn about different winemaking techniques. We also have sustainable agriculture. We have an equine center. So we have we have our own riding arena. So we have majors like equine science. We also have animal science. We have environmental conservation. And then these two programs, the culinary and the students who are taking programs at the farm, they work very closely together. It's a really nice symbiotic relationship because the students at the farm, they raise the meat, they grow the fruits, the vegetables, they make the wine, the olive oil, and then the students at the Culinary Arts Center, they use those different products in the dishes that they prepare in the restaurant. So they serve meals to the public. And also in the bakery, they use a lot of the products that the students at the farm have grown or raised for them. And then the health sciences, we offer nursing, dental hygiene, pharmacy technology, radiological technology. Our nursing program does have several international students in it now. And we always do. It's a more competitive program as far as admission goes than our regular admission. It does have a separate application process, but you can come in as a nursing major and then apply to that program separately. And I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. So this is an example of an academic plan. Everyone that comes to Santa Rosa Junior College starts working with an academic counselor before you leave from your home country. So you will start deciding which classes you will take right away so that you don't waste any time. You get into the classes that you need that will count toward your degree. So you'll work with a counselor. That person will ask you what you want to major in, where you want to transfer to, and some other classes, and then create a plan for you based on your needs. Sorry about that. So this student wants to transfer to UC Berkeley and study business, get a degree in business. So you can see the student is taking 2 years, right, 4 semesters, plus 1 summer to complete that program for transfer. This first semester is a math class, an English class, and an art class. So the G and the M, the G denotes general education, right? So that's meeting a general education requirement. As I mentioned before, all students need to meet general education program areas, or requirement areas. And then the M means that the math class also counts toward the business degree specifically. The English is a general education requirement. The art is a general education requirement for humanities. So students will have lots of choices within humanities. This particular student chose to take an art class. You could take theater arts or music or any other class that would meet that requirement. And then you can see, the other classes that are required. I won't get into great detail here, but this is something that you will work on with an academic counselor, and it will be very personalized since each of you have different areas of interest. And yeah, it'll work for you so that you can transfer. So the other advantage, another big advantage to starting at a community college is that the application process is very easy. So basically, we have an open admission policy. We want all students to have access to higher education. So we've made it very easy for you to access the community colleges. That does not, however, mean the classes will be easier. Sometimes there's a misunderstanding about that. We are teaching at the same level. All of the classes will transfer, but it's easy for you to get into a community college. So at Santa Rosa Junior College, the application is all online. You upload your documents from our website. So we'll need either high school completion, or, if you don't have your diploma yet from high school, just show us your high school records, your transcripts from the last term, so that we can see that you will be completing high school by the time that you are coming to Santa Rosa Junior College. If you are over the age of 18 and you did not complete high school, that's also fine. We will still accept you. And then we need a copy of your passport. The financial guarantee, I'm skipping down to number 4. So a bank statement reflecting at least $27,000 is what we require, and we will accept more than one sponsor, more than one bank statement for that. And then you'll need to provide completion of English proficiency. You'll need to meet that requirement. So we accept standardized test scores. The TOEFL and the IELTS are the most common. So a TOEFL score on the IBT of 61 is acceptable, or an IELTS 6.0 band is also acceptable, for admission. We also work with several different English language programs. So we will accept level 109 ELS. There's an ELS center in San Rafael, which is very close to our campus. We also accept level 600 from Destination Davis, which is on the UC Davis, University campus location. And that's also very close to our college, so that's a very good option for you. We accept level 500 from Sally, and Sally is located on the Sonoma State University campus. That's actually the closest ELS or IEP, ESL center to where we are. And we are in negotiations with Sally to open a center on our campus. So hopefully that will happen sometime next year. There are other programs and test scores that we will accept, but these are the most common. So as I mentioned, it's an easy application process. We do not require the SAT or ACT or any other kind of standardized test other than English proficiency. And we don't require letters of recommendation. There's no essay requirement. It's very straightforward, very easy. Okay, what's special about us? What's special about SRJC? So this is just kind of a summary. Lower tuition, we have very small class sizes. So the average class student to teacher ratio is 20:1. All of our classes are transferable. And we provide a lot of tender love care for our students. We don't have very many international students. So that means you will get very personalized attention. We absolutely love our international students, and we have a lot of services on campus to support our students. We have international student advisors that are dedicated only to working with international students, as well as international student counselors that will help you with your academic plan and support you throughout your education at SRJC. We have special orientation days just for international students that are a blast. They are so much fun. So we do a lot of games, and you interact with other students, so you make friends. You also learn a lot. You meet our administrators and some of our faculty and staff, and it's really a lot of fun. We also have an end of term celebration. So again, it's just a blast. It's a time to relax and reflect on the accomplishments from the year and just, have a celebration. We also have a peer mentoring program, so you can connect with a continuing student who's either an international student or an American student that will help support you throughout your studies. And they have fun together. They go places and, take trips to the beach or San Francisco or whatever they decide to do. We also have a very active international student club that also does a lot of outings and supports students in a variety of ways. We have free tutoring and free, a writing center that will help you with your papers. We also have specialized workshops that are related to scholarships, applying for scholarships. I know that's something that is a common question. And yes, we do offer scholarships. We have about 700 different scholarships that you're welcome to apply for any that you are eligible for. There are some that are only open to international students. So your chances of getting those scholarships are very good. The award amounts range from about $400 to $3,000 each. you can apply for more than one scholarship, that's fine. So we have workshops about that that will help you understand the process. We also have workshops that are focused on transferring to other universities. We do specialize in that, so we have free field trips to other universities. We will take you to the local universities in the area so you can actually see what they are like. We have a big transfer day fair on our campus where 50 to 60 universities from all over come and meet with students. There are also university representatives that come every week to meet personally with students. What else? There are a lot of other types of workshops that we offer free of charge to you as well. So you'll be finding out about those after we start at SRJC. So as I mentioned, we don't have very many international students. We have the spring semester, we had, the spring semester just finished for us, right? We had 148 international students. So that's out of 24,000 total students. So it's a very small number. It's less than 1% of our total enrollment. Remember that 24,000 students is spread out over a variety of locations, and students are taking classes at different times. So you won't see all of them on campus at the same time. But it is likely that you will be the only international student in many of your classes that you take. So hopefully that's what you want. You know, hopefully you want to meet other American students, make friends with American students as well as international students. Use your English every day, and it's a full immersion. It's a full immersion experience. So hopefully that's what you're looking for. We do have 3 students right now from Turkey. It's not very many, but you have a little bit of a support system there. We also have a couple of staff members on campus that are from Turkey. So, you know, there are other ways to connect with people from Turkey if you're interested in doing that. So we've been named great colleges to work for consistently. And what that means is we like students, right? We like working with students. So if our employees are happy, I think our students will be happy because we enjoy our job. So that will translate into a better experience for you. So I was going to show you a student profile, but apparently it is not something that you can see from your end. So what I will do is in the chat box, I'm going to put a link to our website, and you are welcome to find it there. It's interesting because it has a breakdown of all the various countries that our students are coming from. So we have students from all over, well, Asia and Africa and Europe, you know, Latin America. They're coming from all over the world, but you can see how many there are from each region. And I'm going to hopefully show you a video that will summarize everything that I said. Let's see if it will work for you.
What I like most about Rosa Junior College is the campus, the faculty, and the
Teresa, is there a video now? It's not playing.
You can't see it?
No, we cannot see. We can see just the slide.
Okay. Okay, so I'm sorry that you cannot watch the video, but I'm also going to put that link in the chat room. And please watch it because it's very informative. It really summarizes everything that I was talking about, and you'll get to see the campus, which is beautiful. So it looks like there are some questions here that I would love to answer. Some of them are in Turkish, so I might need a little help with those.
You can answer the English ones, so I can translate the Turkish questions. But I guess there's no Turkish questions. They answered. Can you see the questions tab?
The only ones that I can see they're written in Turkish.
I guess you are on the chat box right now.
Yes.
On the right of the chat box, there's questions tab.
Ah, okay. Okay, so the first one is related to work experience. That's a great question. I'm glad you asked that question. International students can start working on campus right away from the very first semester. You can work part-time on campus. We do have a lot of work opportunities available to our international students. They work in a wide variety of jobs. We always have at least one or two working in the international student office, for example. But they do various things. I mean, some of them do landscaping, or they work on the farm. They do, you know, a lot of different things. And then after 1 year of full-time enrollment, you have the opportunity to work off campus through CPT, curricular practical training. So those are part-time opportunities while you're still enrolled at Santa Rosa Junior College. And then after you complete a program, you can do OPT. So OPT is an opportunity to work off campus full-time in your program area of study and gain some real life experience, make some money. So yes, there are a variety of ways to work both on campus as well as off campus. Okay, so there's a question about psychology. Oh, you're okay. So this would be it sounds like you're enrolled in a psychology program in Turkey and you want to finish your last year at Santa Rosa Junior College. So Santa Rosa Junior College, or community colleges in general, provide the first 2 years of bachelor's degrees. So if you are near completion of a bachelor's degree in Turkey, we cannot help you finish that degree. You might be able to transfer to a university in the US to do that, although it gets tricky. You'll need to talk to the university directly, your university of choice, about whether or not that's possible. How do you apply? You go online and you just go, see that website there, the international.santarosa.edu? That's where you apply, right there. The age limit, there's no age limit. There's no upper limit for attending a community college or a university in the United States. We will take any student who is over the age of 18 or has completed high school. So some students complete high school at the age of 17. That's fine. And I mean, I still take classes at Santa Rosa Junior College. So you know, there's no upper limit. And I think that's also one of the nice things about the US system of higher education is you will have students in your classes of all different age levels, and they bring a wealth of experience from their lives. You know, life experience is valuable. So that I'm not sure if you meant an upper age limit or lower age limit, but there's no upper age limit. What else? Computer engineering, does the money, how much support is the US government? So the US government does not give support to international students. However, we have donors. So we have a foundation and they offer scholarships. So international students are welcome to apply for scholarships. Okay, and I answered the question about working, so that's good. And I answered the question, I think, about tuition. So our tuition, it's based on at least 12 units per semester. So each unit is $376. You have to take at least 12 units. So over the course of 2 semesters, that's about $9,100. It varies depending on how many units you take, but that's basically how much it costs. Are there student? Yes, there are lots of student clubs. Yeah, we have about 50 different student clubs. So I mentioned the International Student Club, which is very active, but there are lots of other opportunities as well. So we have, you know, there's a math club, there's a science club, there's almost anything you can think of, because they're student driven. The students decide what type of club they want. So it changes every year, but there are always lots of student clubs. We also have a full array of sports. You know, you can try out for athletic teams, and then they travel to other community colleges to compete. So that's kind of a fun experience as well. You're welcome to try out for one of our athletic teams. Accommodation. So I talked about that a little bit. Currently, we have apartments that are within walking distance to campus. We also have homestay families that you can live with, and we are building dormitories. So we will have housing on our campus. It's scheduled for completion in fall of 2022. Yes, we will accept the Duolingo. Well, okay, so differences between SRJC and the Turkish universities. They're a lot different. I don't, so community colleges are uniquely American. You know, they were created in the United States. So they operate in a way, even though a few other countries have community colleges, they're not exactly the same. So California community colleges, our focus is on transferring to universities. So all of our coursework is transferable. We're teaching at the same level. So that is primarily what we're doing. I don't know the university that you mentioned here specifically. However, that is pretty unique to the US, the way that community colleges work. So we provide the general education requirements that you would have to take regardless of where you went. That's primarily what we're doing, as well as some coursework within the majors, and then all of those classes transfer. So it's a 2+2, ideally it's a 2+2 situation. And yes, you can work while studying at school. You can work on campus as well as off campus, off campus with permission. I'm talking too fast. Oh no. Now you tell me. I'm sorry, I will slow down. Okay, are there any other questions? There's one question here that says, why should you choose SRJC rather than a different university? I mean, our location, first of all, and it's not just because I live here, it is one of the most beautiful parts of the United States. As I mentioned, it's right in the heart of the wine country. So Santa Rosa, the city of Santa Rosa, has about 175,000 people. So it's not a big city, but it's big enough that you have a lot of opportunities, like, you know, shopping malls and movie theaters and things like that. But once you get outside of Santa Rosa, that's our county seat, you're in just incredible beauty because it's rolling hills, lots of vineyards. You're very close to the ocean. You have, you know, mountains and hiking trails and places to go bicycling. There are rivers and lakes, and it's just a really beautiful location. And then, as I mentioned, it's very close to San Francisco. So it's a nice balance of both a safe, quiet environment as well as a thriving city. So you have both very close. I think that's one of the great reasons to choose Santa Rosa. Our campus is also incredibly beautiful. We've retained our architectural integrity of brick buildings that reflect kind of Ivy League East Coast schools. It very much has a university feeling, and lots of trees and places for students just to hang out and relax. It's a really beautiful community college. I think it's one of the most beautiful in the California community college system. It's also one of the oldest, as I mentioned. So we have a lot of history and traditions, and you'll just be a part of that, be very much a part of all the history that's offered there. And our academic excellence is reflected. We're very well respected. As I mentioned, we have one of the highest acceptance rates, and I think that's because the UCs trust us. They know that we are offering a very rigorous curriculum that prepares students well for transfer.
There is one more question on the chat tab.
Okay.
Tiken QR.
This one right here. Why would one choose to go to SRJC when he or she can go to a top Turkish university? Well, of course. I mean, that is a personal choice, right? If you want to study abroad experience, if you want a cross-cultural experience where you are taking classes with, primarily American students and learning about the American system of higher education, then you will want to do that in the United States. I think it's hard to get that if you stay in Turkey. You're not fully immersed in another culture. But whether or not you study abroad is a personal choice. And yes, many countries around the world have top universities. So that's totally up to you, whether or not you choose to study abroad. I studied abroad. I lived and worked in Japan for a couple of years, and I can tell you that it was the most life-changing experience of my life. I will never forget it, and I learned so much about myself and the world, and it just was invaluable. I would hope that everyone would want that type of cross-cultural experience, but it's a personal choice, and you can get a high level of education in many different places in the world. So, yes. Are there any other questions?
There is one more question on the chat box from Tiken Kurachu, asking, are the programs in public health for postgraduate students?
Are the programs in public health, I'm sorry, what was the last part?
Are the programs in public health for postgraduate students?
No. So again, we offer the first 2 years of a bachelor's degree, right? So postgraduate, you need to go to a university for postgraduate work.
One more question on the...
Okay, the scholarships question? No. Is that the one you're referring to?
From Fatih Sabas.
Oh, okay. We are studying at Santa Rosa University. Are we just doing an activity related to the section I am reading, or can I do activities like swimming? Yeah, of course, you can do swimming. I mean, you can, so you will need to declare a major. You will have to have a program of study, but you are welcome to take, you can either join athletic teams. You can try out for, our swimming team, for example, or you can just take a swimming class as part of your, as part of your experience there. So does that answer your question? Yeah, so you can certainly, you can do swimming. We also have water polo, if you're interested in that. We have a wide variety of athletic teams. Or you can just take classes. If you just want to take a yoga class or something like that, you can do that. Although we do have a certificate in yoga too. Yes.
That's right.
Okay.
I guess we are done with the questions. We can wait a few minutes more if there's any questions.
Okay, and I'm going to put the website address in there, and then students can watch the video and find more information there.
Sure. You can also drop your email address on the chat box, so they can
sure.
contact you.
Yes. Okay. And I think I will also put the link to the, there's a really nice video that we have that explains how the work opportunities work, because it seems like a lot of students might be interested in work opportunities. So I will put some information about that as well. Sorry, I'm a little bit slow. Okay. Yeah, that's a nice, that YouTube video that I just sent the link to. That will really explain to the students who are interested how the work opportunities on campus as well as off campus work. And it has interviews with students who are doing that, who are working on and off campus. Okay, so I think I'll sign off. I'm out of time. Please contact me if you have questions. It was very nice to meet you, and I hope to see you in Santa Rosa.
There is one more question on the questions tab.
Okay. Would a European employer choose someone from SRJC over someone from a top Turkish university? Well, again, that depends on the employer. I mean, I think many employers are looking for that cross-cultural experience, because if you understand how the world works and you have actually experienced that, and you have, lived in another culture, for many jobs, that is invaluable experience. They want that. So your question is not something I can answer definitively. It depends a lot on the employer and your field of study and all of those things. But I know that there are a lot of employers out there that want a cross-cultural experience. It just shows that you are willing to be flexible and learn about other cultures. You speak English well, you can communicate with people from around the world. And if you are working in a business, if you're applying for a job that is connected to other countries, which most jobs are, I mean, we're a very interconnected world, I would think that they would think that that's a great thing. I mean, especially even if you don't earn a degree somewhere else, if you just go and study abroad for a year and get that experience, I think that employers really value that. Most employers do. So again, it depends on the particular employer, but from my perspective, it's a great experience. It's something that you can't gain in any other way. You can't be taught that, within the job environment. You have to learn it outside of the work environment.
Teresa, have you copied your email address and the videos link on the chat box, because we cannot see?
Okay, perfect. You can't see it?
No, we cannot see on the chat box.
Okay, I thought, okay. Okay, so that's the video link. I guess I put it in the questions box. There's my email.
Great. Now we can see them. So I think we covered all questions. So thank you so much for the great presentation. It was very detailed and beneficial. So is there anything you would like to add before we say goodbye?
Okay, so I just put one more link there. No, I mean, thank you for the opportunity. It was great. And I really hope that some of the students who were listening in take advantage of this opportunity. Come and see me in Santa Rosa. I would love to meet you all in person. So please come and see me. I know that we're all sort of locked down right now. I'm working from home and probably you are as well. But once this is over and we get back to normal, please join us in Santa Rosa. Yeah, we'd love to have you. So thank you very much for coming to the webinar, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.
Thank you too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.